Welcome to episode 11 Reality Podcast. I am your host, Ricky Valero. On today's episode, we are diving into episode 7. Yes, episode 7 of The Road Season 1. The singing competition show on CBS is starting to wind down, which I believe only has 3 episodes left. I believe next week is going to be episode 8, and then we're going to get a 2-part finale leading into episodes 9 and 10 as we crown the first ever winner of The Road. We are down to our final 7 as we are heading to Little Rock, Arkansas for a little bit of an unplugged performance. I'm pretty excited about that one. We're actually down to our final 6. The group first heads over to do some radio spots. This week, they're going to be performing for the Vets. They are doing an acoustic set. They're going to do an acoustic OG, and then, of course, they're going to do acoustic cover as well. Blake is not here this week, which sees country music star Jordan Davis joining Keith Urban in the voters box. And I don't even know if it's a voters box, but it's just a spot for somebody to kind of watch some of these performers. I don't think they have any influencer whenever they go to talk about who's eliminating who. I think even Jordan, was it last week's guest, that kind of said, "Oh, no, that's gonna be a tough decision for you." You know what I mean? And of course, I think he said, "No, it's on the fans." You know what I mean? But all right, this week's lineup is star-studded. Obviously, as we inch closer with 6 left, we have Adam Sanders first, Channing Wilson second, Brittany Kellogg third, Billy Joe Jones, Cody Hibbert, and Cassidy Daniels. That's our lineup for tonight. That's our final 6. Adam kicks off with "It Won't Back Down" by Tom Petty. I feel like the acoustic vibes that he gave in this performance, honestly, it's just another banger of a performance. It's crazy to me because I feel like Adam is so strong on the show, but yet is still struggling maybe to breach that top 3, between Channing and Cassidy. And it's so crazy because he's so good. His next song, he said he never performed. Get It If You Did It. I enjoyed his original. I thought his original was pretty good. I think Adam's originals are so creative to me. It was different to see him not in the superstar mode. I like to think that it is like he's just back and forth pacing his songs. You could hear some of the words. You could see the authenticity. I really enjoyed him this week. Channing goes up next. He sang "Rambling Man" by Waylon Jennings. I can say this late in this competition, this performance felt a little safe. You know what I mean? And I think you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad performance by any stretch of imagination. Good performance, right? You can't be mad at the performance. However, it just felt safe. His original was a new one. He told a story about his heart artery that was blocked on the verge of dying. He had got a stent and worked. And "Old Dog" is his new original. But his original made up for everything that I said about his cover song, because this original just fantastic. You know what I mean? This guy's a songwriter. He's a star. I just, when it comes down to the nitty gritty of who the best of the best is, I think everybody kind of stands out. Brittany, she did her cover was "Black Velvet." And I'll tell you what, this girl showed off her chops this week because this girl can sing. I thought her voice was very, very good. And then, of course, her original song, "King of Legoland," which is about her son. And her son's like autistic, and just the story followed by the performance behind the story. I was just, nope, you're crying. I wasn't crying. I wasn't crying at all. But I think I was. No, I know I was. Strong performance by Brittany. Some of her best work to date. Billy Joel did "Traveling Shoulder" by the Chicks. Perfect song, perfect voice. Can't Take Keith Whitley as their OG. 2 good performances. Solid performances this week. Yeah, it's crazy. It shows you the competition that we're at left now, right? With 6 performers left. Each one until we got to Cody. My poor guy, Cody, he struggled. He pulled his ear out. I guess it's, the song and the music going into your ear. He pulled it out, and it's just, you saw him trying to sing on the stage. He's trying to pull it out of his chest. He's trying to get it out of his chest and stuff. And he just couldn't do it. He couldn't find it. And I felt bad for the guy because he really, really is awesome. I felt bad for him. Just between the OG and his cover, neither really went his way. And because of that, you just knew that he was probably going to go home. Yeah, Cassidy Daniels closed out the shows tonight. Um, she sang Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash. She with a mandolin at that. Like, her fucking voice is just out of this world. She's in a league of her own. And it's crazy to say that because Channing is so good. Channing is so good. But yet Cassidy Daniels is that good too, and maybe better. I don't know. Can we crown a co-winner? Because right now they're kind of both doing it for me. Her OG song was "It Ain't No Jukebox," about when people ask her to play a song she doesn't know. Cute little damn song. That song's gonna be a hit. I feel like I don't know. Every song, every original song, she knows how to play to the audience. She knows how to cater to the audience. She knows how to hype them up. This week, the acoustic version of the song, she can sing. She has a personality. She's vibrant. She just has everything making of a superstar. You know, top to bottom, one of the best things one of the best talents we've seen in a singing competition in quite a while. For me, though, this week, this is how the order, how I have it. I had it Channing, Cassidy, Adam, Brittany, Billy Joe, Cody. And really, outside of Cody, it wasn't like everybody was pretty great this week. I had Channing a little bit higher just because of his OG song. But 1A, 1B scenario, and even 1C with Adam. I thought Adam was pretty fantastic this week. I thought Brittany and Billy Joe were good this week too. It's like it's hard to get down to the weeds here. You know what I mean? But we had the final 6. Keith announced that they would not be eliminating someone this week. That instead, next week we're going to get a double elimination. So we have 6 heading into the final 3 episodes with a double elimination next week. This to me, like trying to unpack a double elimination, I almost feel Channing, Cassidy, Adam are solidified for the finale, right? For the two, I think it's going to be a 2-part finale, so it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. But when it comes down to it, right, Brittany, Billy Joe, Cody, it's going to be based on who's given the weaker performance. And I'm really thinking that, no offense to Cody here, but I really feel like Brittany stepped up her game this week. Billy Joe stepped up her game. So I'm really feel like Billy Joe and Cody might be the 2 oddballs out this week, next week in Memphis. I could be wrong. Because I really like Cody. I'd like to see Cody sneak into that Final 4, and maybe one of Channing, Cassidy, and Adam have a bad performance. But the thing about it is we've noticed that when it comes down to voting, it's not just about that week's performance. It's also about some previews. So if you've been in the bottom and you're consistently in the bottom, Keith takes that into recognition and starts to realize and unpack some of that stuff. So who do you think is going to win the Road Season 1? Let me know in the comments below. We're moving to Memphis. Only 3 episodes remain of this incredible show. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of the Love and Reality Podcast. We'll be back breaking down the road next